What is your superpower? Did you know that you have a superpower for your marriage? All right, I'm going to unpack that for you today. But first, thanks so much for joining my channel. I'm Mary Whitman Ortiz, relationship coach and Christian sex educator, and I love to help couples to create great intimacy in their marriage. So, how can your superpower help your marriage? Well, let me tell you what it is first. It is you being authentic, showing up, fully present, fully engaged. Wow, that is a mouthful right there. And it doesn't just happen on autopilot, it's something that you do have to be intentional about. But don't worry, I will definitely give you some tips on how to do that. But first, I have to give you a warning. What happens when you don't show up authentic, fully present, the real you in your marriage, especially your intimacy? Well, there are definitely some problems because if you are not representing the whole you, your spouse might think, oh, I'm not worth their effort. You might be sending the message that they are not worth your time, that they might feel rejected, like they're not wanted, they're not needed. If you don't show you, it doesn't set the tone, the invitation for them to show themselves. And really, who wants to live in this place of pretending, this place of not being real? Just doesn't feel very satisfying, does it? And it can be degrading. And that's probably the last thing that you want it to be. What happens when you do show up? How does that help your relationship? This is so cool because it says, I want to be seen. I want to be known. I want to be understood. I want to be in your inner circle. I'm going to trust you with the real me. And boy, that sets the tone for so much respect. Everybody wants to show up when respect is in the relationship, and especially in regards to intimacy. That's the place that you have to have the most trust. Trust cannot take place without respect, and respect only happens when you're there. And it's the whole you and not just this facade or this mask. But I said I was going to give you some tips. So here are some steps for you how to be fully present, how to walk in your superpower. Here we go. Step number 1, get clear on your identity and, just go to God for your value because He did create you. He does say that you're amazing, that you have gifts, that you have just some wonderful, unique traits nobody else has. And He really wants you to show up in the world and to be your very best. Number 2, believe for the best. Ooh, in yourself, in your spouse, in your marriage. And that may be a tall order, so do it just bite size. And when you do it by a bite-sized step, you can find something you appreciate about your spouse. You can tell them that. That sets the tone for believing the best. It takes faith, it takes hope to believe the best, but hey, that was what your marriage was founded on. That is what the institution of marriage is, believing the best. So walk it out by faith if you have to. What about your third step? Okay, this one might surprise you. Do it afraid. It might not seem normal, natural, so you just have to go ahead and start practicing. That's the only way that you're going to learn, that you're going to be able to put things in motion, and that will engage trust. I'm telling you, these things are a wonderful domino effect. So when you've got your respect and your identity and you sow that into your marriage, great things can happen. Now, I hope that sexual wholeness is on your list. And if you are a helping individual, if you're a ministry leader, a mental health professional, a wellness advocate, a marriage coach, you need to know how to encourage your people to sexual wholeness. And I have a training scheduled in July 2023 that I would love to invite you to participate in. It is a full workshop plus a 1-year membership of all the tools and support you need to bring everyone in your circle to a great place of sexual wholeness. So remember, when you see things how God does, because He just planned intimacy to be a gift to marriage, it makes marriages strong.